All right, thank you so much. Though there was a bit of noise, but I can hear you a little bit clearly. I hope my voice is a bit clear to everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aslam, and I'm the partner and channel sales manager with Ziwo. A very warm welcome to everyone today, and thank you so much for joining us. As I said, today's webinar is in partnership with Redington and Microsoft. And we've done quite a few of webinar earlier as well, but I think today's webinar is very different. The reason being we are more focused towards partners and channel like yours, right? So since the whole COVID-19 started and it's just shaken pretty much everyone, the idea here with this webinar is to see the possibilities of opening a channel or maybe collaborating together and see look at a common ground where we can work together and create a win-win situation for all of us, right? As in together, like Redington, Ziwo, and you as a partner as well. So keeping that in mind, I think today's webinar, the way we have put together the agenda is to quickly talk about COVID-19. I know everybody's got bored with the word at the moment and it's getting frustrated, but yeah, I just wanted to quickly highlight from our perspective, the impact of COVID-19 and how it's been changing the consumer behavior. And obviously, because that change in the consumer behavior happened, there is also an opportunity. I think that's where an opportunity where we can work together as being in a single journey on that. And obviously give you a brief about Ziwo, who we are, what we have been doing, what's in for partnering together with you, what's benefit that a partner can have. And based on the time, maybe a very high-level demo that we can walk through on the Ziwo platform. I hope everyone can hear me. I think there's a question that just popped up. Just want to make sure that. Okay, just want to make sure that everyone can hear me, or is it just like a couple of people have followed?
Yeah, I think we can hear you, Aslam.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry. There was a question just came up and said the voice is not clear.
Yeah, there was an interruption,
all right,
but now it's fine.
Sorry?
There was an interruption, but now it's fine.
Perfect. All right. So as coming back to the agenda, obviously we talk about what's in partner together or what we have as a partners. A quick demo on the solution by itself, what Ziwo would look like, and what exactly the Ziwo does, right? And then we got a couple of minutes, or maybe I would say last 10 minutes that we can put together, that we can take some question and answers. And obviously, as I said, the demo that we walk you through is very high level. But if at any point of time you think that you want to know more or you want to set up something up, you can reach out to Redington. We can do set up a one-on-one session as well, or maybe you can reach out to us. We can also set up a one-on-one demo, a very detailed one as required. So I just on the pack, what we have seen so far is obviously the impact of coronavirus is being felt by pretty much everyone, right? Irrespective of which sector are you in, what industry size you are in, or which country or economy that you are in. The impact of the pandemic has expanded massively, and the problem is that its challenges are still growing up. So this is so terrifying to see in just a few short months that we have seen from March. The outbreak has disturbed the trade, brought the whole travel industry to its knees, causing the entire domino effect, hitting the tourism, travel, hospitality, obviously directly proportionate to the economy of different country. And I would say, obviously, that has the correlation with the businesses as well. So we've seen the whole impact that the COVID-19 has created. We call that, multi-dimensional, I would say, the impact of that. But the businesses are faced with overwhelming challenges, I would say, and uncharted waters as they continue to navigate the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, right? Everyone has been trying to figure it out the best possible way that they can protect themselves, their employees, and most importantly, the business that they can continue with that. The impact is so deep, and I would say it's so huge, it's almost impossible to gauge in terms of what the impact what specific industries is it done with, right? The sudden emergence of COVID is, you know, it pushed the companies and the brands to move at a speed where they can serve their customers, the quality, while caring for the employees with the compassion. That's more important, to keep a balance between obviously the business, keeping that continuity, at the same time making sure the employees have been taken care, their health, safety, their happiness. There's this kind of balance that companies were, yes, they were doing, but it's kind of a different, because they will have to deploy the workforce at a different location. They need to start acting on it. So in such a way, COVID also affected the way we do the businesses, right? And more importantly, it also affected the consumers by itself. And it's the way that we used to make a decision, the way we used to buy something has completely been changed altogether. People are like living, I would say, differently. We were never used to be working from home, but we are working from home, and obviously we don't know what will happen, and the trend might continue on over a period of time. But if you look at the whole consumer behavior, the way the consumer used to buying, in many ways, they started thinking it very differently. According to the latest survey from the PwC, that reveals that especially the Middle Eastern consumers are increasingly shopping online and staying connected during the pandemic and the post-pandemic as well, and that might continue quite a while. So within the Middle East, I would say consumers are continuously optimistic, even though there is a 62% of them have experienced either a decrease in household income. Some people are losing jobs, some salary cuts, and things like that. But yeah, they're still continuing to be doing rather keeping safe, the family safe. They still is using the online stuff, right? Spending and purchasing habits have changed due to the COVID-19. The shopping using smartphone has increased up to 53%. And half of the consumer are purchasing value essentials like groceries online, and those are 92% are likely to continue to post-pandemic because the kind of offer that you get and things like that. In fact, the studies also reveals that the consumer in the Middle East are focused taking care of themselves, especially their mental and physical health, being well-being. Up to 83% of them have physical and have more focus towards physical and fitness industry. That is what also tells us about is they're also towards mindful shopping, right? We used to spend like anything a lot, but now we're very conscious. We do something called as mindful shopping. So the impact has changed a lot, and it's reshaping the consumer behavior in many ways. That's quite a change, I would say, isn't it? And it is predicted that it will continue for quite some time more because consumers are more reliant online. They prefer to stay home rather than going out. They keep getting frustrated if they find any problem, right? They keep getting frustrated easily. In that case, they might face, they might want to reach out to the companies. They want to be treated well. They just want to talk to them quickly. So when we say reshaping that, there's this huge spike that has been seen in the demand of consumer services over the phone. So when you have a problem, you basically, obviously there are multiple channels, but especially like in my case itself, when I book my ticket for Eid al-Adha, I wanted to, Eid al-Fitr, I would say, when I wanted to go home, but suddenly instead of going through all those email channels, the first thing that I keep in mind is go pick up, call, talk to someone, get a verified information. So because of all of that, the consumer behavior, has changed. At the same time, the way they connect to the company has also been changed. They more rely on talking to the companies, making sure that's been taken care. According to the study, like more than 30% of consumers seek customer service more than they used to do post, I would say, before COVID-19 situation. And also, according to another study by Accenture, it says 57% are more customers. They prefer to do a call. They call for the initial preferences to be like, say, okay, you know what, I got a problem. I want to quickly get it sorted out. And they prefer, more than 58% of consumers, they prefer to basically call and solve the urgent issues, right? The need for the clarity has caused a huge spike in voice calls, I would say in voice customer support system. In many ways, maybe they feel good when they talk to somebody like a person right there on the phone, and then they get relied, and most probably for some of the complicated problems as well. So I would say we have seen the problem in a nutshell. Yes, there is a problem we have all been facing through, the business are going through. At the same time, it also affected the consumer behavior, the way consumer acts, the way consumer work. And honestly, that in a nutshell, what we've also seen is there is a gap in the market. So they need companies. We've seen the digital era, right? The positive way of things is digital transformation that COVID-19 has brought. Some of the companies, if you speak to, they say, okay, we are going towards cloud. I'm sure you being in the IT industry, you've seen a lot of companies going towards cloud, right? So that change has been done. We have also seen consumer prefer to speak someone, get things quickly sorted out. And there is also an opportunity in terms of the digital transformation. So what we have seen is, yes, there is a massive challenges in the market, and there is also meaningful opportunities. So that's where I would say we can partner together. You being been in the IT industry, you've been focused on helping customers to sort out their ongoing problems that they've been facing with. And as you're passionate about connecting your customers to the technology, I think that's where we all have a common ground. Let's what we can do is partner together. Let's help your customer to speak to the clients. Sort out their business problems in terms of different channels. So what Ziwo can help you is Ziwo can give you a platform where you can actually speak to the customer, connect to them in a multiple ways. So Ziwo is basically a cloud-based contact center solution. The solution can be deployed instantly on the cloud. Maybe I would say, I'm not exaggerating, but I would say you can have a contact center up and running within a couple of days, right? The solution has full APIs, which means irrespective of what solution or ERP system the consumer has been using it, we can simply go and integrate with any system or any application, either using the APIs or maybe we got CRM plugins as well. So at the moment, we support 3 channels. We got voice, where we talk about giving the telephone numbers, having the whole full-fledged IVR solutions on top of it. So imagine you calling an airline, for example. You go through the whole IVR process, right? Seamlessly, you have the same thing. You got your numbers, you have the whole IVR, the way you speak to the agents. There are rules behind this, which will allow on what basis your call should be transferred to which agent. So you got full-fledged contact center up and running. At the same time, obviously, omni-channel is the future. That's where we are going towards. We also got WhatsApp for business that you can actually, consumers or maybe the companies can actually use that as a channel for allowing consumers to connect to the WhatsApp. And what we're also doing is launching the SMS channel as well. So in a nutshell, you will have voice, you have WhatsApp, and multi-channel approach for consumer to come up. But at Ziwo, we invest a lot in the platform. As I said, we are in a journey towards the omni-channel, so we'll be launching soon, maybe later on in our roadmap, is to have email, chat modes, AI, and ML, and different kind of components that we'll be adding to it. What it does basically with the Ziwo, companies will be able to have good productivity of their agents. The first thing, more important thing is the solution is instantly deployable. So they don't need to invest in anything in terms of hardware, no software, quickly up and running. Plus, Ziwo allows them to integrate with either their own existing CRM solutions or with any ERP solution at the back end, either through APIs. Now, imagine any company who's been using a CRM solution for either for like Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, or Zoho, or anything as such. They do not want basically to allow agents to work in 2 different windows, right? One for calling, another is CRM. So we got plugins built up already. So agent doesn't need to leave their CRM. They can still continue with the CRM that they have, make and receive calls right from the CRM itself. With all the power that they have with the Ziwo, with features and functionalities, they can have the power of that. Along with that, it's a seamless integration as well. They'll be able to cater to the customers in a much better way because they get a 360-degree view of the customer within the CRM solution. alerts, more data, anything that they have, they want to know about a customer before they even call. The moment it ring, you can have customer information populated as well. And obviously, as we all are price conscious at the moment, no, none of the companies wanted to invest heavily on the platform, so there is no commitment as well from the Ziwo perspective. So they can decide how many agents do they want to start with, or at any point of time they can upgrade or add more agents. They can downgrade, which means they can reduce agents based on the call volume, based on the different attributes that they might want to track on. That's easy for them to go up and running. So it's purely SaaS solution. You define number of agents that you want. That's the number of licenses that they need to buy from it. That's it. Rest, everything is pretty simple and easy. Solution is deployed. They are ready to up and running. And one of the value add that we also do is we provide them numbers in different countries. So that I will come back to on that slide a little bit, next slide on that. So when we look at customers having problems, one of the problems that they always face is integration. Integration is the heart of the Ziwo. We want to make sure that we simplify the whole integration aspect. That's why we have connectors, and for the developers, we have APIs, WebSockets, webhooks. So you can pretty much play around with the data that you have within Ziwo and integrate with anything at the backend solution that you have. Gentlemen, if you have any questions, please feel free to go to the chat window and maybe ask any question that you have. Either we can do it now, or maybe we can do it at the end of the day. It's up to you, but I would suggest keep posting your questions, and maybe we can take a break before we go to the demo and answer your questions on that part. All right. So you have your chat window right there. Feel free to ask any questions. I might be a little bit slow or maybe fast. Feel free to suggest anything on that. Coming back to the contact center by Ziwo. So Ziwo, when we say a contact center, you basically need a lot of features in it, right? For example, you would say, okay, I want to have call recording for every agent or customer interaction that happens within the company. Fine. There's a different way, or I would say mechanism, that a call get transferred and get connected to a consumer, right? Or an agent. So there are different features. A lot of features I would say that's already built in within the Ziwo. Like every call that you have, you got a call recording. And you can have the process flow for every call that comes in. You might be having some VIP customers. You wanted to prioritize those queues, so you can create multiple queues and then basically assign those based on different rules to the agents. Now, one of the best things about Ziwo is being on the cloud base. At the same time, you can work from anywhere, which means what you need is an internet connection, a Chrome browser, and you're ready to go. You can basically be able to get connected quickly and instantly, and you'll be able to make and receive calls. That's the best part of it. And it's an omni-channel at the same time. So you can see conversation happening, either the voice, so which means you have all the recording of a customer with a simple basic profile of a customer, like first name, last name, middle name that is required. At the same time, you have conversation happening on the WhatsApp from the past few days. So you can see all of them in one single location. So when a customer calls up, they'll be able to see pretty much all of those conversation in one single location, all the conversation and the touch points. And as I said, we are investing a lot on the platform. We'll be launching more features as we go, like more channels, like SMS will be available by next week. Right after that, we'll have email, chat, and things like that. So customer doesn't have to pay for it. We keep adding more layers and more channels. And one of the features that we have, it's free for everyone, for every customer that we have, whether it's an existing customer or a new customer. Now, when we say basically talk about getting a real 360-degree view of a customer, right? Sometimes it's really hard. If you go to, at the moment, if you go to CRM solution, yes, it does give you customer profile, the interaction that happened through email or maybe some chatbot or maybe some chat interaction. But what about the calls? Any calls that an agent made, there is no history of the calls. They might have to manually enter those data, or there is no recording stored within the CRM itself, right? So what Ziwo does is basically fill out that gap, and we have those customer recordings within the customer profile, right? So that's what we call it as a true 360-degree view. I mean, so there are a lot of customers who can actually use Ziwo in a different way. So they can actually use Ziwo for simple contact center solution. They can also use Ziwo for a business purpose where they got lead generation source at some countries and they have another lead generation source, or maybe the primary source where they want to make it in another country. So they can actually use Ziwo in different ways. But at the same time, they might also be having different CRM systems. So we got plugins built up already, which you can download, install, configure, and it's all free of cost. And we are building more plugins for more CRM, so you'll have more as well. Now, one of the things that you might ask is basically, yes, that's absolutely good. We got a contact center, we got an integration, but how simple and easy for us to log into the system if you don't want to use a CRM? So for us, it's pretty easy. Either your agents could be based at home or at the work office. You basically can access Ziwo right on the Chrome browser, which means there is no need for investing on hard phones or nothing as such. You simply download the app from the App Store, enter your login credentials, and you're ready, up and running. So it's simple and easy. The way you have it, you can basically access Ziwo either on the mobile phones or you can have it on the Chrome browser. That's the core of the Ziwo in terms of being on the cloud, and I would say that's the main advantage also in terms of the Ziwo platform. Now, one of the things that we have recently launched, I would say, is AI module of it. And what it does is basically, if you have seen a lot of different components, right, in market, what it does is you got a voice, it takes a voice to text and actually says what kind of conversation that happened. But our AI team was able to create a different module of it where based on the conversation, whether it could be a tone-based, any conversation that happened between an agent and the customer, system automatically tells you saying that, hey, you know what, I think this call wasn't that amazing. Maybe somebody should look into that. Because there's an angry conversation that happened. Isn't that cool to see, okay, the moment a call happens, some sort of pop-up come up and say, oh, that was a sad conversation that happened. So we have actually our own AI team who has been investing a lot. We've been doing a lot of work on that, and we just released the module. As soon as the call get disconnected, it basically processes the call and it tells you what kind of call it is. So at the end of the day, you might say as a manager, you might want it to take out a sad calls or angry calls, maybe look at those recordings for the quality purpose and maybe help your agent to see how they can actually serve better, right? So as a part of the continued innovation on the platform, we have just launched the AI module of it, but then again, this is the first version, I would say that. We will be enhancing that a lot more, and we'll be adding more of the AI and ML feature as we go on. So in terms of the connectors, as I said, we currently have built-up connector for Salesforce, Zendesk, Microsoft Dynamics, Ziwo. With Zapier as well that we launched, you can connect to over 200 plus apps that you can actually do it. Build your own workflows that you can actually do. Let's say, for example, a lead comes in, you might want it to have an automatic call by an agent to go and call them, right? Or when a cases get created, automatically create a call to get connected on this. So there's a lot of ways that you can actually use Ziwo for. Obviously, you have connectors for the CRM. At the same time, you have apps like Zapier that you can actually build it. So what we have is a full-fledged, I would say, if you look at the whole way or big picture of Ziwo, is yes, it's a multi-channel approach. You've got voice, you've got calls, inbound, outbound, and SMS. At the same time, you will be able to integrate Salesforce using the APIs to the CRM solutions or any backend application. You have the whole IVR on the cloud, and you can actually do the smart routing of the calls, moving to machine learning, or you can also have the mobile SDK as well. So imagine any product-based company who wanted to launch, on the mobile app, phone support, or things like that. We have full-fledged SDK available that you can actually use it for the integration as well. Now, at the same time, if you want to analyze big data, we have webhooks, so you can actually take out the data and actually use it for big analytical purpose. So you can, at any point of time, you can export the data from Ziwo, and you'll be able to make analysis on top of it. I would say one of the value add that you see at the moment is we are very much in the business for almost like 10 years now. The platform with the reach that we have, we got an office which is head offices in UAE. but we have operations in US, France, Saudi, and India as well. India is a new add-on that we are adding at the moment. That's a new market that will be going up in. But what we bring on the table with the customers is, the network of telco operators, I would say. Uh, imagine a customer having their operations back in UAE or maybe in some other countries, but they also need numbers in different countries. For example, we got an insurance customer who's based in UAE, but all their customer service agent and the sales reps are based in India. So they want to make calls to UAE and also in Saudi, so we provide them the local numbers. Once they receive a local call, when they receive a call, customer sees a local UAE number, and also at the same time when they call in, the call get landed back in India. Either it could be in India or it could be in Egypt. So that's the core advantage. We can provide you numbers with 20 plus countries, I would say at the moment. Saudi, UAE, I would say within GCC, we also Kuwait and Bahrain added. So imagine you can have all those telco networks connected with the Ziwo platform. So you have numbers in different countries, agents sitting at somewhere else, will be able to make illicit calls. The platform, I would say, we are 99.9% uptime last month. And this is something we take very seriously, whether it's our SLAs, whether it's our status, which is availability, we take it very seriously in terms of infrastructure. So we are always up and running. Within 1 month, we have done over 240 million calls through an API calls, if you can say that. So that gives you an idea in terms of, yes, the system is reliable. It's been 99% up. At the same time, it's scalable, which means you can handle large volume of calls, and it gives you a feel of the infrastructure that is behind this. And it's all been managed by 40 plus employees, all based in between UAE and France, right? So that's on a high level from the company perspective. I would say, in terms of simplicity and reliability, as I said earlier, we are pretty much accessible on Chrome browser, Android and iOS. We have a regular penetration testing on the platform, and testing has been done by one of the biggest company, I would say. You have full audit control in terms of audit and logs for your internal audit purpose. Plus, the platform is GDPR compliant and it's highly secured. The data is encrypted. The way we operate is single tenant. So we are not a multi-tenant yet. We operate one VM per customer. And the best part of that is we can run on any cloud. We can run on Google Cloud, Azure, AWS, Scaleway, on DigitalOcean as well. So we are platform agnostic. At the same time, we are, I would say, up 99.9% of our SLAs are tightly met. We guarantee over 99.5% of SLAs to meet. We have instant update on the platform. So all this I will show you as we go on, where you can find this. We believe in transparency at the moment. Plus, platform is simple and scalable. You can simply install the up and running within a couple of hours. I would say it's highly secure, and that's the reason I would say, keeping innovation at the heart of everything, keeping integration very simple and reliable. Customer loves us. So we are, I'd say, we are around 200 plus customers at the moment. Some of the customers that you have seen on the screen at the moment have been our customer from quite a while. We are growing. We've been adding since the pandemic started. We have seen that yes, there's a drastic demand in terms of agents started working from home. At the same time, we have also seen companies who wanted to use Ziwo for. So usually they have a landline number at the office where they have a telesales team. They were not able to do that. There's a lot of investment in terms of phones and things like that. In that case, they can invest in Ziwo. They can have companies can also use Ziwo. They can have numbers in different countries. They can allow the agent to work from home. Plus, everything is managed and controlled. They can see the quality of the calls and things like that. So there are a lot of many features that Ziwo does it, and it's a lot of value to the business in terms of driving productivity of the agent, making sure the business is up and running, the quality of service is delivered. As we talked about earlier, if customer is not getting happy, there are more chances that they will go to somebody else. So the quality of deliverables is really important, and that can be done either through the AI part of it. It can tell you whether the call is angry, or you have the features that you can actually instantly monitor the customers as well. I think that's a lot of things that we talk about in terms of. A second. Yes, what Ziwo is for about. I think what's in for partner? Why should we partner together? I would say any company who's keen in partnering with us, they have a new revenue recurring model. So as far as we have a customer active, there's a revenue for them for partners to be having a recurring revenue. But from our side, you will get a dedicated partner success manager or say partner development manager who will help you, train you, provide you with every support that is required in order for to succeed together. It's also Ziwo also give a voice to your CRM, right, or voice to your service offering. So it means with instantly signing Ziwo as a partner, you'll be able to also give voice as another channel that you can add to your business, and it give voice to that. We provide full dedicated marketing support, pre-sales, and if customers require POCs, we instantly deploy POCs as well. And any customer that we have through partners like yours, we basically provide periodic customer service for them for free. So there's no charge on it. So I think during this time where we all are trying to make sure that yes, business continuity is important, at the same time the recurring revenues is really required for the company. So the idea here, as I said earlier, the idea on this webinar and this session is to see, like, let's collaborate together. We have an amazing product which is easy, deployable, and there is obviously a good demand in the market, I would say. And let's partner together and create a revenue model that we can have be successful and win-win for both of us. All right. So that's, I would say, I will be happy to take any questions before we go on a quick ride on the platform. Is there any questions? Just start typing it up, or any concerns that you have, just let me know. All right, so I think I got one question. It says, can the agent connect from outside the country? And in that case, there will be an ISD charge? No, absolutely not. So if the agents are from outside of the country and they want to make a call, that local charges applies. So whatever the calls, so as I said, we provide you with the telco numbers, which means we also provide you with the telecom networks as well, right? So if you want to make a call, it's a local call that applies to you. Even if you receive a call, when the agents are outside of the country, they receive a local call. So for inbound, there is no charge. For outbound, whatever the telco operators charge, we charge the same thing for you. Any more questions, I would say here? I think that's the only question that we had. So, gentlemen, appreciate your patience. So what I want to do is maybe quickly walk you through on the Ziwo platform. Not more in detail, I would say. We can set up, if it requires a detailed session, maybe we can set up another session where we can do a detailed presentation or detailed walkthrough on the platform. But at the moment, I would say I'll just give you a quick walkthrough on the demo itself. But then there was a question called international calls. Can you elaborate the question for me, please? We have full reporting structure. So if you see my screen at the moment, you have live dashboard, plus there's a reporting that you can also build on the platform. Yes, we have options. We can basically, let's connect together and I can give you more details about the billing options, the way we have telco billing as well as the license billing as well. Right. So coming back to the demo, keep typing your questions, so I will come back on that. But at the moment, keeping in mind that we have very few minutes left, so I will be very short and crisp in terms of demo. So when we talk about contact center, we talk about two different personas. One persona is a manager who basically wanted to quickly manage the whole contact center on the go. Other is an agent whose responsibility is to make and receive calls and make sure they handle the customer queries. So I just logged in as a manager. For me, I have my dashboard right on my screen on the top of it. Plus, I might have some KPIs that I need to track. The way Ziwo has been designed, it's a click, so everything is possible on the click. So you go here and whatever you want, enable and disable. Like I don't want to see agents online, or maybe I want to see the positions, right? I can simply disable that. So things will go off automatically. I have KPIs based on agents, inbound calls, outbound calls, and we got WhatsApp as well. So whatever the KPIs that you have for your channel, you can basically enable them and disable them. So this is right now we have voice and WhatsApp. So SMS will also be joined. So there will be SMS as well as we go on. So you just have to enable and disable, and everything is live on your dashboard. So if you can see, I got 6 agents, 0 1 on call, 2 on break. Total, I got 60 agents in my platform, and I can see total calls, total times, abandoned calls, and things like that. I can pretty much simply keep track of it. I can see if there are any voicemail, you can have it. So some of the companies, when there is a long holiday, they might have a different message in an IVR saying, hey, you know what, sorry, we are not working, or you called over us after the after hours, please record your message and we'll get back to you, right? You can see list of all the voicemails. You also have abandoned calls. So somebody called up, missed it, or things like that you can have, and you go to phantom calls. At the same time, I want to make sure that I have a keep track of my agents. So if you see all my agents, I can see here how many of those are online or not. If I click on any agent, I get stats. Let's say I've answered 1 call, no phantom calls happened, total time spent, any kind of NPS score. Now, what that NPS score, at every call, you must have seen that, okay, hey, you know what, this call is getting recorded, but after this call, you will be redirected to a survey, right? You might want to take the customer survey. So it's easy. You can have survey recorded as well, and it's rating the customer service agent as well. So you got these agents history going on. If at any point of time I want to change him and assign him to a queue, I can do that. If the agent is on a call, I can simply click here and I can listen to the call. So if there is any ongoing call, I can listen to the call. I can click here. I can join the call. I can help the agent saying that, hey, you know what you're saying is wrong. Or maybe I can simply whisper the call, which means I just simply join the call, but then I only listen what conversation is happening, right? I can mute myself or simply go out of the call. And when you listen to this, agent won't even realize that you're listening to the call unless you join the call, right? I can see that there are 2 agents of mine who are on break. One is in meeting at the moment and things like that. So it's pretty simple and easy. With a click of button, I can manage it. At the same time, I got queues. I'm sure you must have seen queue. When you call an IVR, there are different queues that it goes through, right? So based on your business, based on the call flow, you can have design your own queues as well. We got a queues for WhatsApp as well. So you got a queue for WhatsApp. I can see there's no agent assigned. I can click and assign an agent as well. So simply drag and drop, an agent has been assigned. And then you can see the color. Now the color of this is been green, which means agents are available. If there are no agents, this will become orange, which means it's require me to look into that there's something wrong here. Or maybe, there are no agents who's been assigned. It's so simple. Like I can just simply click on any queue. I can get stats about the queue. If I click here, I can see what agents has been assigned as well. So I can simply assign, deassign the agents, or assign the agents based on what my rules looks like, right? So you can manage the skill set of the agent. You can pretty much manage. Yep.
Are you sharing the demo screen?
Sorry?
Are you sharing the demo screen?
Yeah, I'm on the demo screen at the moment.
We can still see your presentation.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just 1 second. All right. Let me reshare it again. I'm so sorry, dear guys. Can you see it now?
Nothing.
Not yet?
No.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm so sorry. So let me just quickly rephrase. I've been talking a lot. I'm not sure you're not saying that. I apologize. I don't know why it wasn't shared. But so when we talk about 2 personas as a manager, when I log in, I can see all my dashboard. But got a setting option so I can maybe enable and disable the KPIs that is required. You got general KPIs, agent-based KPIs, inbound, outbound, WhatsApp, and things like that. Simply enable and disable, and your KPIs is up and running, and everything is in real time. I've seen some of the customers who make this as a big screen on the contact center, and they keep it as live, so they have pretty much everything managed live go on, right? When you scroll down, you got voicemails, you got abandoned list of calls. If you click on it, You can pretty much see what are the calls that started, how much time do they spend in the queue. Any kind of phantom calls that happen, somebody hang up, you can pretty much have a view on that. At the bottom, then you can have agents. So you can click on the agent. I can pretty much get stats about the agent. Click here, listen to the call. If they are on a call, I can listen to the call. I can join the call as well. And I can simply click here and join the call as well. Sorry. So I can join the call. I have more stats where I can basically change the statistics or log out the agent as well. I can pretty much manage or get a quick glance of my agent. At the same time, I got a queues as well. So I got different queues that I have created based on my business rules. I have a queue for WhatsApp and I have a queue for Abu Dhabi or maybe different queues that I can create. If you click on the queue, you got stats about the queue. If you want to assign an agent or remove, click assign and remove. So it's a drag and drop option. You can remove it. The moment you remove, you can see it's orange. You got 9 assigned agents, but no one is available. So it requires my attention, right? So I can simply go and click and log in and simply assign this. So as a manager, I can manage the whole contact center pretty much either on the mobile app. So we got a mobile app available as well, or I can also manage these right from the console as well. So simple and easy for me to manage all these agents. Now, I can see a list of all the calls that happen. So if I click on the calls, I can see a list of all my calls. If you click on any one of the call, it gives you an idea about the calls. You can see the whole call flow here. You can see who answered, ring answered, it went to a queue, it again rang, stop ringing, it's answered, again stop by Aslam, and this has happened. So whatever the call flow that it goes on, back and forth, you have all the call flows available. Plus, the stats about the call. So you can see pretty much all the information, when it started, inbound, outbound, all of that information is available. If I click here, I can also see all this information available. So I got a total track time, total available. So I can click on any number of calls and I can simply go and start looking at the calls as well. I can create, there is a call history, there is a call recording, there's a call flow. Pretty much all this information is available for me to start looking into it, or maybe I can just jump in and listen to the calls. Any questions on this so far? Please start typing your questions. If you haven't, I can answer it at any point of time. At the same time, you might want to take out some sort of reports out of it. So you got on top, there are filters available. You can always apply the filters. You can apply more filters. If you wanted to take out any data in a specific format, either by date, agent, position, number. A contact center can have multiple numbers. So you can have by numbers, by directions. You have the calls, or if you want more, you can have more sections. Once you do that, you will be able to take out the data in a CSV format. So you'll be able to export the data as well. All right. I'm being like a little bit faster just to give you more idea. But as we go on, maybe as I said, we'll set up another session if required, one-on-one session. So this is all WhatsApp conversation. I can click on it, get a statistics about the WhatsApp conversation that's happening, open, close. So these are the new one. I can click. So the way I can generate or maybe shortlist my voice calls. Likewise, I can also have the WhatsApp as well. I can see all my customer profiles. So I got customers, and I can see all the customers' data, and I can see their information stored. Any kind of clear conversation or historical data that happened here. If I want to create, or maybe let's say apply or reports, I have pre-built reports available, which I can use within the platform. At the same time, if I want to create more, I have an option to design my own reports, dashboards as well. So I can create like a report, click on test, you got a tab, you select what kind of widget do you want. So you got a widget, you simply select on widget, you simply select on the the filters, and the report is up and running for you. Absolutely easy. You can start sharing it with the team, you can start applying it. As you want to do it, you have all the reports and dashboards available for you. So it's simple and easy. I'm not saving it right now. So it's simple and easy for you to start creating it. At the same time, you can manage all your queues. So queues, you can create multiple queues that you want to assign it. If there is any queue that you want to edit, you can simply go edit. And here's a strategy. So whenever a call comes in, what strategy did the call should be assigned to an agent? What we have also seen is obviously we have roaming agents, so you can have this call transferred to the mobile apps, mobile phones. You can also pick and receive calls from the mobile. So there is altogether the whole solution can take care of any of your business scenario, either during the pandemic, the way business has been operating, at the same time, a simple contact center up and running, make sure the agents have been talking to the customer. It's so simple and easy as well to go and manage your queues. Likewise, you can create as many agents as you want. You create an agent, you assign them a profile, they'll be able to start logging in. So I've got multiple agents at the moment. I can go and click on any one of the agent. I can reset the password, assign them to the queue, or maybe delete them as well. So it's based on what information you want. As a manager, I'll be able to log in and do that. Likewise, there are a lot many features available, like you can have your own IVR system. As an admin, you can create admins. You have roles, audits, and settings as well. Within the platform, it will allow you to see an update. So if you click here, you can see a list of all the updates. We have just launched the emotion tracker. We have seen the customer profile that we have launched as well. So you can see we innovate the platform. We add more features. So we keep adding more features as we go. By July, these are the updates, but then you'll have more updates. If you need any kind of help, we got an inbuilt support system available, so you can connect with any of our support agent at any point of time. Plus, you can call us anytime. You can set up a meeting right from this. You can set up a block calendar with our support agent. They'll be able to help you out quickly. So the platform is simple and easy. You got stats available. All systems are operating. If you want more detail, you can go to status.ziwo.io. Then you have all the features available. What we have seen is the manager's perspective. I just want to quickly show you the agent's console as well. So as an agent, if I want to log in, I have my console ready. Can you see my new screen at the moment? As an agent, my core responsibility is to make call and receive call. So once I log in as an agent, I got my dialer, so I can pretty much dial any number that I want. I can see this is my number. I can click and dial. It starts dialing in. While I can dial, I can speak to them. The phone rings right there, and I can speak and start taking the phone, and I can talk to the customer agent right there. All right. So it just rang it. I can pick up the phone, or maybe I can hang up the phone. So the moment you do this activity, your call is recorded. All your activity is recorded. You know your internal ID as well. So you got your extension. You can make internal calls. You can transfer the calls to internal team member randomly or by agent. Or I can log out from the system. I can go to the coffee, or whenever I'm out, I can basically change the status. We also have campaign management, so you can make sure that you keep dialing. Ziwo can dial one after the other numbers as well. So this is only when I'm handling, let's say, for example, only calls. At the bottom, you can see I have quick statistics available for me, since how long I'm available, what information that I require, number of calls, inbound and outbound, and things like that. Now imagine I'm also handling WhatsApp, right? So as an agent or as a manager, I would say I can simply go to the queue. I can click on the queue and say I want Aslam to manage WhatsApp, right? Simply drag and drop. That's it. That's my agent. It's the queue is green. Come back to my console. Just a second. Just refresh the page and you see the whole console gets changed. Because now I have two channels to manage. One is voice, another is WhatsApp. So I just logged in. I got a WhatsApp pretty much open. So now there are messages coming up based on the queue. Things will get assigned to me. Or at any point of time, I can basically go and pick up any existing conversation or help them out. So there are different rules that you can basically assign. I'm just initiating another WhatsApp conversation. So it goes back directly to me and basically assigned to me as an agent. Can you help me on with that? I just posted a question. Based on the rule that has been assigned, I can basically come back and see this. So this is just a WhatsApp conversation started. I can see the conversation that started, that customer requires my help. And it's been given to me because of multiple rules that we have created at the back. And I can share images. I can pretty much see the whole historical profile. I've got a customer profile. If I want to dial a customer, I can click and it start dialing the number. So I can also make a call as well. So see, there's a call conversation is also happening at the moment. And I just got a call. So simple and easy. You'll be able to manage pretty much all the agents. The way that we have seen is you got a console for the calls, you got a console for the WhatsApp conversation as well. as I said earlier, obviously we got mobile apps. We got a mobile app for agents. Anything that you have seen, they can log in. Once they log in, they'll be able to make calls, bring the status. They can start making calls. They can see list of all inbound calls, outbound calls. Just dial the number and ready to make calls. They can also change the status if they are in a meeting and things like that. So everything that you have seen as an agent console, they can also do pretty much everything on the mobile app. Likewise, we have an app for the manager. Log in, have your stats available, KPIs available as well. Make the call views and manage the agents. Pretty much easy that you can do it. Everything that you have seen as a manager, you'll be able to manage all of that features and functionalities right here. So that's it. I think I want to make it very short and crisp. Don't want to take a lot of time of yours. Any questions on this so far? So, gentlemen, I think let's put some time, start taking some questions at the moment. We got like 3-4 minutes left. So, ask me any questions that you have, and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I hope to see you again. Take care.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining.